Hi, first grade. Who's ready to do some science? I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite science experiments to do. So the first thing you'll need is this fossils page. If you would like to do the science experiment at home with me, then you'll need a piece of bread and some gummy snacks, like fruit snacks, or like I have Swedish fish. If you have gummy worms, those are great things to have too. So if not, you just need this piece of paper to follow along with us. If you'd like to do the experiment at home, you'll need a piece of bread and some kind of gummy snack. So the first thing that we need to figure out is we're talking about fossils today, and we need to figure out, well, what is a fossil? Well, a fossil is a remain or a trace of a plant or animal. It's an impression of that plant or animal, and it gives scientists clues about the past. It is a clue that this thing was there a long time ago. So a fossil is an impression or a trace or something left behind by a plant or animal that gives us clues about the past. So on your screen, we're going to write down that definition, and it will be here now. Fossils are remains or impressions of plants and animals that have died, and it gives us clues about the past. Nice job. You should have that definition written down from the screen. The next thing we need to do is the before and after. So the first thing we need to do is draw what this piece of bread looks like before. As you can see, it is a normal piece of bread. It has no holes in it. It's flat. It's squishy. Draw the piece of bread. Oops, and I made a mess with it. All right, do that, and you can see an example on the screen. Okay, now that you've done that, it's time to get to our experiment. So in this experiment, the bread is going to represent the rock. So we're going to need to tear a piece of bread in half. Okay, now I'm going to get out my plant or animal that has died. And in my experiment, I have this little fish. This little fish has died because that's how our world works. He's died, and so I'm going to place him on the piece of bread. I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I've placed the little fish in the bread. I've kind of pushed him in a little bit so that you can see that he's in the ground. Well, some of his little fishy friends have also died. And it's very sad, but we know that how the world works, there'll be new fish. Okay, he's died. And now what happens is a couple of years pass and some wind blows, and the wind blows some dirt on him. And then a few more years pass and some more wind blows and more dirt blows on him. But dirt is heavy, and dirt is pushed down, and more dirt comes on top of it. For this science experiment, I like to bring in my really strong friend to help me. Strong friend! Here he comes. And as time passes, it pushes down and pushes down and pushes down really hard with your whole hand, because dirt is really heavy. And years and years and years and years and years, more than 100 years of dirt is really heavy. Thank you, strong friend. And so a long time passes, and then a scientist comes. And a scientist comes and they say, hey, something interesting is left behind in this dirt from long time ago. More dirt and more dirt and more dirt and more dirt piling on top of each other. And they peel back the layers of dirt. And what do they find? Oh, what do you see? Yeah, you see the outline of the fish that have died. Now, the skin and things of the fish went away a long time ago. But what's left is this indentation. And if I had a better camera, you can see that you can even tell where the fins are. If you can see really close, there's little lines about where the scales were. So after a long time, what's left behind is an impression, or kind of like an outline of that animal. And it can give us clues. I'm going to say, oh, this fish had these kind of scales, because you can see the outline. Isn't that cool and interesting? You can try this at home too. So now what you need to do is get your page and you need to draw the after. And in the after, you need to draw something that looks like this. Your piece of bread now has an impression, or it's been changed to show the outline of the fish. How cool and interesting. All right, your turn, and an example will appear on the screen. Nice job! The last question we need to answer on this paper is, how is a fossil made? So we just did it. We just discovered how a fossil is made. Can you think of your own answer? See if you can write it down. If not, I'll give you an example. So a fossil is made when an animal dies and lots of dirt and rock are covered, and it's what's called preserved, and the outline is made. It's been squished down by the pressure of the rock and made an impression, usually in a watery area. Nice, so I'll give you an example of what to write. So a fossil is made when an animal dies and is covered by years of rock and dirt, and it leaves an outline. And you can make your own example of this at home with a piece of bread and some kind of gummy. All right, an example's on the screen. Thanks for doing this project with me. I hope you had fun.